We're going to dive now. We're all very excited about this because it's late and it's cold out there, and the water is cold, and our wetsuits are cold.
Our wets.
What's up with our wetsuits?
They're so wet.
Anyways.
But we're gonna find 11 octopuses.
11 octopuses. Actually, I'm making this sound a lot worse than it is. I'm not that worried about it, but it's still it's these times that's not nearly as fun to be.
Nestler's gonna start getting cranky.
Can't have that. It is 9:53 at night, and we're pulling open respirometers so that we can put octopuses in them to get them going on a 12-hour trial. And immediately after we're done with this, we are going to be going and getting into cold wetsuits.
Do you need the siphon?
And heading out to Burroughs Bay to catch smooth skin octopuses, or Muusoctopus leioderma. And I think none of us are too awfully happy with it. Earlier in the day, we went to scout locations to collect ruby octopuses other than the place I have been collecting them. And that is important because I don't want to completely put all of the pressure of collection onto one single location like I have been doing. So I need to find some other places to collect octopus rubescens. Now, while we were there, Taylor fell and injured her knee and her ankle pretty bad. So we are a wounded bunch at the moment, missing one of our peeps. And also all of our wetsuits and all of our gear is wet. It's cold, it was overcast when the sun went down, and now we are going to crawl back into those cold wetsuits. Here we go. And head back out there. This is one of those times in which what otherwise seems like kind of an ideal, amazing job to have, at least to me, becomes actually work.
The only time.
The only time? Yeah, there's some other times. Right now, honestly, where I would rather be is in my warm cabin.
I mean, you could be.
I could be.
You're the boss man.
I am the boss man. I could have, but it wouldn't be responsible of me. I'd rather be in my warm cabin right now, cuddled up on the couch with my wife, drinking coffee and eating chocolate and watching TV. Honestly, that's where I'd like to be. And not crawling into a cold wetsuit to go jump for several hours into very cold, dark water, looking for an animal I probably will not find, or only find one or two of, in one of the most boring places on the planet to dive. This is one of the worst possible dives I've ever been on. It is flat, muddy bottom. There's not much there, except for the occasional really cool thing like a big skate or something else like that. There are cool things. And honestly, we're discovering things there that people really don't see that often, so I'm really excited about that. But honestly, it's a boring dive, and I'd rather do it in the middle of a warm day, not during the cold night, and not in my cold, not in my cold, damp wetsuit. Okay, now that I have that on me, it's okay. I'm not really trying to whine. Honestly, I still love my job, and it's cool. It's just I'm trying to convey this always. Yeah, it is. Let's siphon again.
Actually, this one does too. I think we need to do a rinse and then.
I don't want to come up like a whiner. I feel like I'm coming off like a whiner, but I also want to convey that it's not all like it's work sometimes. There are sometimes that like you just do what you have to do. So no one was particularly excited to go diving tonight, but in the end, actually, as we were coming home, everyone was pretty excited.
Kurt comes up the boat ramp and goes, "We got no octopuses." It being about 12:30 in the morning, late at night, I didn't pick up on their sarcasm, and instead, they got 11 octopuses, which is way better than none.
11 Benthoctopus to bring back to the station. 11. My partner and I got 8 of those. I mean, it was just incredible. We saw so many octopuses tonight. We also collected 2 Tritonia nudibranchs that someone else was wanting, and a Nemertian that someone else was wanting. So we had an incredibly successful dive tonight, which really helps buoy your spirits when you are, like, it's the end of a long day, you've already been diving, all of your gear's wet, it's in the middle of the night, you're jumping into cold water, and no one was super excited about that tonight. But yeah, that kind of outcome really helps out quite a bit, so that was nice.
So I just got finished processing the octopuses, and I'm a little bit wet, but that's okay. The main reason is I had to do 11 of them by myself, and also the tank that they're in here, like this ledge is just constantly dripping water, and to get to some of these back tanks I had to lean over. I also had almost one guy come out of the tank and try to go into the big tank. But they're all weighed now, so that's good. I think I'm gonna go take a shower and take a break, and then I'll come back and keep working.
Yeah, so as for now, I'm going to head to bed and get up early in the morning. It is now, let's see here, it is now 1:12 in the morning. So I'm going to get some rest. We're going to come in at 8 a.m. in the morning and switch out the octopuses that we put in to the chambers right before we went diving. We'll get those put in, and then I'll probably give we have a few other things to get done. We have some titrations to do, some pHs to take of tanks, but pretty much I think we're just going to, go ahead and take a break during the middle of the day, give my students some rest, because we had a really long day today. We started at about 8 this morning, and honestly, there has been barely any time since 8 a.m. that we haven't been going and doing something. So it's been a long day, and it's about time to call it quits. So, and give people a break tomorrow, give them a little bit of an easy day. So that is what I'm going to do. So have a good night.